opening persuasive. All right, so Kristen, so here just for the camera, we've got nuclear versus biomass. And Kristen, I saw her hand first, so nuclear will start. They've got a persuasive argument, and then biomass will do their persuasive. All right, you don't have to do a timer on this one. Go ahead, girls.
Thank you for having us today. We are arguing to use nuclear energy. Nuclear energy is a very good energy source. It also produces lots of energy. Its use is increasing all over the world. There's also a very large supply of uranium, which is nuclear energy. It is actually very common in the crust of the Earth. It is commonly found in the western United States. There is around a 230-year supply of uranium. Uranium is also very planet-friendly. Nuclear energy does not pollute. It is very clean and does not contribute to global warming. You could literally grow a garden next to a power plant. The steam coming out of power plants don't have any effect on the environment. Some other energy sources, like biomass, pollute the air and make the planet a dirtier place. And hydropower disturbs the natural flow of rivers and kills fish. So, is other energy sources really worth it if they hurt the environment? Uranium is also very inexpensive. It is about $113 per pound, which is a very good price compared to other energy sources. This is why so many people use nuclear energy to power things. Nuclear energy is very realistic. It is already used all over the world. A lot of energy comes from nuclear power plants because it is used so much and produces lots of energy. Also, nuclear energy is very safe. Nuclear power plants make the buildings and equipment very safe. There has only been 4 nuclear meltdowns in history. There is also pools of water to cool down the uranium that has been used to make energy. This is why nuclear energy is such a great energy source. You should use nuclear energy because it's planet-friendly, very inexpensive, it's very realistic, and very safe to use for our energy. We think this is the best energy source for you to use. Thank you.
Okay, nice job. So you just get practice, say done.
Done.
Awesome. All right, biomass.
Biomass is a natural energy source. Biomass is available all year. If it was ever alive, you could burn it and turn it into biomass. It is expensive to get, but cheap to use. We will always have biomass with us as long as we have energy. They heat the same as fossil fuels, but cost 1/3 less than fossil fuels. Converting it into energy is expensive.
It needs space because storing is hard. We have used it in the past on our stoves and our fireplaces. We can continue to use this energy source forever until everything on Earth is, including the Earth, dead.
You said done. Great. Thank you. All right. So now I give you guys the option because they went first. Would you like to go first or go second with the arguments? Bless you. Okay. So Ms. Martinez, they're going to go first. Biomass has an argument. Remember, kiddos, it's like tennis. Sean's team will say their argument first. Then nuclear will get a defense. But nuclear, please remember, after you say done, you've got your argument right away. Does everybody understand? All right. Very good. Good luck, everybody.
The uranium is very dangerous sometimes.
Louder, please.
The uranium used to make nuclear energy is very dangerous.
Wait, you got to say done before they can talk.
We use cooling water to stop radiation, and even though it has a top on it, we still have detectors in this world, and we keep the uranium pelts in a special rod, because it's called fuel rods, and they keep the uranium from becoming from radiation, and they keep it from overheating. Done. Done.
Nuclear is...
No. They get an argument now. That was their defense.
Gases like carbon dioxide, methane, and nitrous oxide are emitted into the air. It may contribute to global warming. It's also known to release the highest levels of gas.
What are you going to do about it? Done.
Yeah, immediately right away after they say done.
Well,
Mm-hmm.
ours, ours doesn't pollute that much, and if something goes wrong, in the process, it won't let off more. It'll just stop, and then it can go again. Done.
Now you have an argument?
Nuclear energy is non-renewable.
Yes, but there is a very large supply of uranium on Earth.
About 230-year supply, which is longer than our life.
Nuclear energy
The process of extracting a biomass is very expensive. What are you going to do about the cost?
Oh.
Done.
Oh,
Done.
there you go.
Well, that's true, but you can just leave a bunch of waste. Are we done? Yeah, done. Nuclear radiation causes cancer.
Even though
Wait, you didn't say done?
Done.
Even though it causes health problems, we do have great doctors. And there are plenty of ways we stop it. And nuclear power plants, we have the cooling water, and we keep them in rods, and most people are really safe from it. Done.
The setup of biomass power plant requires a large amount of space. Done.
So what is yours? Your power plants. Your power plants take up more land.
We are.
Oh, you can't respond to that.
Done.
Now you get an argument, boys.
Nuclear energy is proved to be the most expensive energy.
Well,
Did you say done?
Done.
Joanna, don't respond till they say done, please.
we already have the plants we need, so we won't spend much money building more. And even though they are expensive, they will create more jobs and help the economy.
And also the uranium used to make nuclear energy is very inexpensive. Done.
Girls' argument?
The ethanol produced during the process may increase the levels of nitrogen oxide into the atmosphere.
Can you repeat that for me?
The ethanol produced during the process may increase levels of nitrogen oxide into the atmosphere.
So, boys, that means you pollute.
Oh, okay.
If nuclear energy goes wrong, it can
Not an argument yet, just defend that you pollute.
ours doesn't pollute that much, and it's not that bad. It's just the wood burning, and it's just burning stuff. And I think your energy source kind of pollutes more than us.
Done.
If yours goes down, it blows up. Whole power plant blows up. Done.
There's only been 4 nuclear meltdowns in history, and it has happened only 4 times in history. Out of over 440 power plants operating out of over 30 countries, they've been operating for 55 years. And also, just because of one accident or a couple others doesn't mean it will happen to every other nuclear power plant.
And we are also working to make it like safe.
And if it blows up, there were 100,000 survivors of atomic bomb struck in Hiroshima and Nagasaki. So that means if it blows up, there could be more survivors than most people think. Done.
The geography of a country limits the types of biomass that it can use to make the energy. Can you repeat that? No. Well,
So it's on the boys' time now.
um,
Miss Martin, yeah, thank you.
Well, like, as long as you have something that was living, like, that some things that living and, like, animal poo and stuff, then that, you can turn that into biomass energy. And so I think a lot of places have that. Done. Forms of nuclear energy are used to make weapons.
Louder, please.
Forms of nuclear energy are used to make weapons.
Why would we make Why would we make atomic bombs? The government are the only people who can. And what would a nuclear power plant use an atomic bomb for? And also, we have no use for nuclear warheads right now, so what is there to worry? And the private practice is not allowed to make nuclear weapons or anything. Done.
Some materials are not available all year long. This is the biggest issue with crop wastes.
With what waste?
Crop wastes. Done.
That's true, but it also, like, it doesn't take that long to restore, and you can get a lot of it at one time. It's very renewable. Done. It creates nuclear waste, and that gives off nuclear radiation. Done.
Well, we are researching ways to store and remove nuclear energy.
And also, we use like cooling stations to try to store it.
Fuel rods keep it from overheating when they're put in water.
Done. If biomass is overused, deforestation and other environmental problems can develop.
Done?
Done.
That's true, but the trees and plants and everything will grow back, and in the meantime, we can use the dead stuff for biomass. And then, done. It is hard to find uranium, and biomass is easy to find.
Well,
Say done, please.
Done.
Joanna, please don't respond till they do.
Well, uranium is very common in the crust of the earth.
And also, we can mine for it and then find the uranium, which creates lots of jobs and lots of energy.
and which means we don't have to import it from other countries when we have it in the United States.
Done.
Sorting biomass materials is more expensive than other forms of energy.
Say done.
Done.
solids and fuel for a bunch of different stuff. Done.
I'm sorry, can you pause it, Ms. Martinez? What was your question or your argument, girls?
Sorting the biomass materials is more expensive than other resources.
And what was your response?
I didn't really hear what they said either.
So you should have used your time to ask them to repeat it. Judges, I don't believe that was necessarily an accurate response. So you decide how you want to score it. It didn't make sense to me, so I'm not trying to be mean. Please always ask for clarity, kids, okay, so that it makes sense to me too. All right, argument for biomass. Are you out of arguments, guys?
Yeah.
Okay. Nuclear, you can have your last two arguments without them getting an argument. They do have to defend, though.
It takes more energy to plant, cultivate, and harvest the crops and trees used for biomass than it is worth.
A little louder for me, please.
It takes more energy to plant, cultivate, harvest the crops and trees used for biomass than it is worth.
Okay. So are you done?
Done.
Well, it actually helps to cultivate land. And, if you want to plant trees, then, the trees will have seeds on it, so you don't have to use more energy. So when you, use them for biomass, they'll get more. And you get a lot of energy for different stuff. Done.
Okay. Last argument for nuclear.
Well, when you cut down trees in the deforestation, it will take longer. It will take really long for the trees to grow back because they don't just grow overnight.
Done?
Sure, but you can burn other kinds of trees. It's not just trees. It's mostly everything. Dead leaves, animal dung.
There's a lot of stuff that you can make in biomass here. By the time we use up all the trees, most one will be growing back.
Like we told you, biomass is
Done.
Okay. Both groups separate in the hallways to write your closing statements, please. Judges, I'll talk with you. I don't record this part. Just wait though. Let's let them finish. All right. Nuclear, I gave biomass the option of starting arguments or not. So nuclear, you get the option of starting your ending closing statement or not. You can go first or last.
Sure. Let's just go
You want to do it first? All right.
We could pull a picture.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay.
Well, have you plugged in? Plug in? I just want to know, are you using that computer or your computer? Okay, so just type in what you need, right? Oh, then you just want me to switch the channel, that's all. Good? All right.
Okay. We disagree with the fact that biomass deadly pollute.
As you can see, there is a healthy patch of sunflowers growing near a nuclear power plant. So it's not the nuclear power plant destroying it.
And also, this is steam, not smoke
it's
or
not
anything. That's
It's
the
from
water.
the water heating up.
We disagree with the explanation of how you use the energy source because you said sometimes in your defenses that you could use anything and not just things that were alive.
Could you repeat that for me? I'm sorry. We disagree with what?
We disagree with some of your explanation of how you use the energy source because sometimes in your defenses you just said that you could use anything instead of things that were living.
Okay.
We also disagree that with the fact that you could use all the trees and there would be some grain. Trees take hundreds of years to grow back, especially the tallest ones. Thank you. We're the opponents. Done.
Okay. Now it can be up to Biomass.
Take
It doesn't matter, unless they need it.
Ready?
Yep.
You have to mine for energy. We only have to pick up dead leaves and we have biomass. Biomass is also renewable forever. Yours only last 250 years or whatever you said.
And also we found a bunch of like pictures of nuclear explosions, and like most of them look like
Oopsie.
Black and white one. Yeah. That's
so
done.
All right. You guys need to go in the hall while we do our final comments and voting. I can't see both of you, so can you guys both maybe stand in the middle? Just, you know, you're both together. You can do this together. Thank you very much. Learning how to be a gracious winner and gracious loser is really important to me, guys. You know you both worked very hard. Do you agree with that?
Yes.
Because don't you agree that all these guys worked pretty hard too? So if you lose, you should be proud for the other team for winning because they managed to outdo something that you thought you did pretty well at, right? So you should be proud for them. You should be bummed out that you lost, but proud for them. I've had tears before, you guys, when we've had to announce the winners and the losers of this. And I have to say, I want you guys to care because that means you really took it seriously. But I don't want you to feel so badly about losing. Can you work on that?
Yes.
Okay, let's all practice in our heads, all of us, judges included. I'm announcing that your team just lost the debates. Everybody practice. Okay, practice. Okay, in your head you can get over it, right?
Good job.
Right? The other team, yeah, you probably want to congratulate the other team, right?
Good job.
All right. So we did take a vote. I'll never tell you if it was a close vote or if it was a runaway because I don't think that's ever important for you to know. We did take a vote and we do have a winner. Let's see, we had nuclear versus biomass, right? All right. So the winner was on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Nuclear energy. Congratulations, nuclear. Biomass, you did a nice job too. Good job, kiddos.
Nice job, guys. Nice job, guys.
All right.